Agriculture Part 4. Okay. Here we are discussing about the concept of gross acreage and net acreage. Now, it is very important concept for the purpose of cultivation. What is that gross acreage? The total amount of land available for the purpose of cultivation is known as gross acreage. What I have said, the total amount of land available for the purpose of cultivation is known as gross acreage, means total land. Now, from this total land, we can say that all whatever the land present in the earth, all are suitable for the purpose of agriculture, but that is not. Because we will not do anything with the gross acreage, we will do everything with the net acreage. From the total land, if we will deduct non-agro land, from total land, if we will deduct non-agro wasteland, means in all land, agriculture is not possible. That will be deducted. Next, fallow land. Number 3, non-cultivable land. If these three will be deducted from the entire amount of land existed in the world or in our country, then we will do net acreage. Means the total effective land available for the purpose of cultivation is known as net acreage. That how much land, effective land, a country has for the purpose of cultivation of agriculture. That is called net acreage. Clear? Understood? And gross acreage means total amount of land. From total amount of land, if we will deduct non-agro wasteland, if we will deduct fallow land, and if you will deduct the non-cultivable land, then we will get net acreage. Now the question is that how can we increase the amount of net acreage? We can increase the amount of net acreage by converting the fallow land into the agreeable land, or to convert this non-cultivable land into cultivable land. If we will do this, then what will happen? The total net acreage of land will increase. Means fallow land will be convertible by doing all necessary works. You have to make it suitable for the purpose of cultivation, and non-cultivable land, which has where the cultivation has not been started. We must start cultivation. Then the number of net acreage will increase, and which is highly important. In India, I have given one that what are the problems of Indian agriculture. My first point was in India the land holding. I have written this one. Remember what? Land holding. Sorry, is small and fragmented. So, if the land size and land holding can be enhanced, what is the meaning of holding? The amount of land the landowner had or the farmer had for the purpose of cultivation. If the land holding can increase, or if the size of the land will increase, means if the fragmented land will be compiled, then consolidate, then what will happen? The size of cultivable area will increase. So government has to take care of this matter. If the land size will increase, if the land holding area will increase, then what will happen? The modern technology can be implemented for the purpose of cultivation of agro product. We are not talking about any specified product that cash crop or food crop. We are talking in general. Because still India, why agriculture should play not dominant role but important role, should play an important role in our country because it is a populous country. China, world ranking first, they are too flourished and not flourished, well advanced in agriculture because there is no other way. They are having a huge amount of population. Better to say population explosion took place in India and China. So there is no other way. We have to focus in good amount of time to control the price of the necessary products. Agro product, these are the necessary items. Rice, if the price of the rice will go up, then we will suffer. Vegetables, whatever, why the price is increasing? This is one of the reasons. They are importing all the things. Okay, so while if China can do, if USA can do, USA doesn't have the proper climate for the purpose of cultivation of crops. If they can do, then we should also learn. We should follow the path. We are suffering. Who are suffering? The common people, they are suffering. Yes, good. The price of the, always we are going to market and we are telling, see what is the condition of the market, because it is not controllable and government can't control, because government is importing by paying huge amount of tax on the food grains. That is the main reason. That should be checked. That should be stopped as early as possible. Otherwise, this price rising will stay and it become a persistent problem of Indian agriculture or Indian economy. Okay, what is happening nowadays? This agriculture sector become a ignorable sector. Why I have said in the first day? Because government is very apathetic. Why their attitude is like that? Government is thinking that I am not getting any tax credit from this agro-based sector. So why do I invest? This is the thing, and that's why they are very reluctant to do something for the expansion of the sector, but government should take care of this sector. Nowadays, only agriculture is only producing 50% or contributing 50% of GDP. Should not be. GDP means gross domestic product. Only our indigenous contribution towards the GDP has been declined to. It was 50%, though after independence it was here around 50%. So 50% to 15%. See what is the condition of Indian agriculture. Previously, the government is getting 50% contribution from agriculture towards GDP. Right now, slowly declining, and right now only 15% government is getting from agriculture. Only 15%. The 15% is not sufficient. It should be at least minimum of 30 to 35%. God knows whether it will be possible or not. And as a result, we are suffering. That's why telling the price controllable cannot, but government cannot control the price of the food grains or the cash crops unless and until the own production will increase. That is the first and foremost thing we have to keep in mind. Okay. Now in this budget we have seen that government has done something for the purpose of agriculture, but we know that throughout India what is happening. I think you read in the newspaper. Now you will see that according to the new system, what is happening, the farmers, they have to sell the product directly to the private owner. Now whatever price the private owner will give, that they have to accept, they cannot protest. That is the big disadvantage of this new amended bill, agricultural bill. Throughout India, while protest is going on, this is the biggest problem, that they will not get the choice to sell the product to any other private trader unless and until it is notified by the government. Government will tell you will produce the product and you will sell it to the big farmhouse. So whatever price they will offer, that is the buyer will offer, that we have to accept. Seller is selling the product, but seller cannot control the price. Who will control the price? The buyer. That is the biggest problem. Okay, throughout India this is going on, this is the biggest problem. Because they cannot fight with the big farmhouse. And what will happen? And big farmhouse will act as a middleman and they will take the maximum amount of profit. Suppose I am telling, suppose rice. Suppose 12 rupees. The farmhouse has purchased. Some big farm, whatever. They are selling it at 28 rupees. Okay, that will happen. So farmer will not get the option to determine the price of the product. The price of the product will be determined by the buyers, not is the biggest disadvantage of this activity. Whatever other facility they have given, that is a different part, but this is the biggest part. What they are trying to do actually, what government is trying to do, they will try to centralize the selling system. That is good, but the thing is this, the farmer, what will happen, the farmer should not get the minimum support price because they will be forced to sell their product to the big farmhouse, and whatever price they will offer, they have to accept. This is the biggest problem. Now let's see what will happen. So what I have said, that what is the two concepts I have given. One is the gross acreage and one is the net acreage. Gross acreage is the total amount of land which is available for cultivation, and net acreage is that from the total amount of land, if we will deduct non-agro-based land, fallow land and non-cultivable land, then we will get net acreage, and it is duty of the government to increase the size of the net acreage land so that the size of land holding will increase and the land, this one, and the size of the land will increase. Okay, thank you. In the next class I will give the concept of market and marketable surplus.